This is Phil Gordon with the Expert Insight Poker Tip of the Day. If you're a newcomer to No Limit Texas Holdem, welcome. What took you so long? Here are the basic instructions for the game that you're about to fall in love with. A white disc known as the button designates which player is the dealer. This dealer button rotates clockwise after each hand to make it fair because it is an advantage to act last. Every hand before any cards are dealt, the first two players to the left of the dealer have to make forced bets, known as blinds. This starts the action and builds the pot. The first player is the small blind, and the second player is the big blind. All players are dealt two face-down hole cards, then there is a round of betting. Since the small and big blinds have already put bets in, the action starts with the next player. Once the round of betting is complete, three cards are spread face up in the center of the table. This is known as the flop. These cards are common to everyone's hand. A round of betting begins with the first player still in the hand to the left of the dealer button. After the betting is complete, one more card, called the turn, is put face up in the middle of the table. This card is also common to everyone's hand. Everybody bets again, and then one last common face-up card is put in the middle of the table. This is called the river. After one final round of betting, any players still in the hand turn their cards face up. The winner is the player that can make the best 5-card poker hand out of any combination of the 2 cards in their hand and the 5 common cards on the board. That player wins all the chips in the pot. If you're new to all forms of poker, betting works like this. When it's your turn, if no other player has already bet, you have 2 options. You can either check or bet. If you check, you are not committing any chips to the pot. You are not betting yet. You're waiting to see what other players might do after you. If you bet, you are putting chips into the pot and requiring any other players to put in at least the same amount if they want to stay in the hand. If someone has already bet when it's your turn, you have 3 options. You can either call, raise, or fold. If you call, you agree to put the amount of the bet into the pot. If you raise, you make the bet larger and commit more chips to the pot. A raise needs to be at least the size of the bet that preceded it. If you fold, you give your whole cards to the dealer and stop playing in the hand. In No Limit Hold'em, the minimum bet is the size of the big blind. While there is a minimum, there is no maximum. At any time, any player can go all in and bet everything they have in front of them. If a player bets more chips than you have, you can call all in and you will have the chance to win just as many chips from any opponent that are still in the hand. The remaining players, if any, will compete for the leftover chips in what's called a side pot. Well, those are the basics of No Limit Texas Hold'em. If it sounds like a lot, it really isn't. Play a few hands and you'll see it's pretty simple. Now that you know how to play, learn how to play well with more tips of the day from expertinsight.com. Get inside the mind of the expert.